So to start this video, I just want to read you this quote, which really impacted or changed my perspective on things. So listen to this. If your head is full of fear, life feels tight. If your head is full of hope, no matter how hard the road is, you can still get through it. So what that quote is trying to say for me when I read that is that anything in life, when you look at it, good or bad, you can look at it as half cup full or half cup empty. And I've always been the type which tries to look at things as like half cup full. I'll give you an example now. In the next 1 or 2 weeks, I'm going to be doing a dramatic life change. I mean, I'm going to be moving away from a place where I've been here for like way over 10 years now, which is Bangkok in Asia. And I'm going to be moving back to the UK. So if we look at it from a half cup full perspective, and this is the way I looked at it. There was only so much I could do now in Bangkok. All of the things which I used to enjoy doing, as in the places I want to discover, the things that I wanted to do, the adventures, the new people, the new places, all of these things now, it seems like it's came to an end. So what I mean by that is that I don't feel the thrill anymore. I don't feel like, oh, wake up and I really want to do this or I really want to do that. And that's when I started to realize that, okay, maybe I am starting to outgrow this place now. Maybe this place is not what it should be for me anymore and I should move on. So I've had these feelings before. I tell you, when I was back in the UK and I was working in London, and I was in investment banking and IT, and my life was like, I would say, like really made for it. As in, I was programming, I was making a lot of money, but then I felt as well at that point that I reached a certain point in my life where everything just felt the same. As in, every day I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to the same places. I'm seeing the same friends. I'm just doing the same things over and over. And for me as a creative person, I think that if I'm looping and doing the same thing over and over, I've always had this one saying in my head: if you always walk the same road, if you always go down the same path, you're always going to reach the same place. So that was my, I would say, like excuse why, like in Bangkok, every year I would move condo. And the reason for moving condo is, oh, I can have a new route to walk to the MRT or the BTS. Oh, I can walk down this path and see where it takes me. For me, just exploring and adventure was something which really, really was like essential for me in terms of either growth or just as a person thinking, okay, these are the sort of things which actually drive me or interest me. So after moving, I would say in Bangkok, I literally moved around to 8 different places in Bangkok. And let me see, where did I start off? I started off with La Plau. Then I moved to, I think, around somewhere around Bangkok or somewhere. Then I moved to like Bang Na, Udomsuk. And then I had a stint where I moved to like Thonglo, Egamai. And then I moved to Siam. And then, yeah, I moved 2 places in Siam. I moved to Siam and then I moved to near MBK. So literally like 100 meters, 200 meters to the MBK center. And then I went around in a full circle. So what I mean by that is that my last place, which is my last destination in Bangkok, was actually La Plau again. So going around in a full circle, I realized, hang on a minute, I think I've been I mean, I couldn't have gone to like every single place in Bangkok, but I pretty much have traveled or seen most of the places or most of the BTSs to think, okay, I've seen this mall, I've seen this shopping center, I've seen this night market, I've seen this cafe, I've seen this bar, and I just realized that it was looping and exactly the same thing which happened to me when I was in the UK. So the exact same feelings came up where, okay, I feel like I'm doing the same thing over and over again. And then that's what led me to, okay, I'm just going to stay in and I'm just going to work and then just go to the cafe like 5, 10 minutes away from me. And that was literally my life for 6 months. I tell you partially the reasons for doing this. I mean, as you grow older, your body slows down. You can't like party like when you were in your 18 years old or 21-year-old. Then you can't keep on eating like pizzas, McDonald's, KFC. All of these things start to really come back, and your body starts going, no, Jay, if you're gonna start eating, keep on eating all that stuff, and you keep on partying, it's like big no no. And so what I realized as I got older is that okay, my body's slowing down. I have to, I have to adjust to how my lifestyle should be now. And then my lifestyle just started becoming very minimal and laid back. And that's when I realized that, okay, all I'm doing each day is eating, working, going to the cafe maybe one time per day, and then coming back. Then I realized, okay, so what is it that Bangkok has for me anymore? I mean, yes, if you have people and if you have a social life, then it's great. But I think this can be another video. There is going to be a very fine line in trying to achieve what you want or trying to achieve and do something new and having a great social life, friends, and money. So there's a balance. When you're doing something new and you don't have money and you're trying to make money and you're trying to make something succeed, then it's a bit of give and take. And I've realized throughout all of my life that when I have to really achieve something and when I really have to do something, I realize that there's a toll in either my relationship or my friendship or just going out and socializing. So it's always drew me back to this place where I become basically like a hermit, introverted, and just laser focused on what it is that I'm doing. So on this note, I believe that yes, what I want to do now is I want to actually prove to myself I can do long form videos on YouTube. I want to prove to myself that okay, I've done about 750 million views on shorts, but I've never actually figured out how to do long form. And the reason for that is because, again, the data's not so consistent, everything's not so obvious, and I really don't know what it is that I was trying to say. But what I'm trying to say now is that the reason for me going back to the UK and the reason for me reading that particular note was that it's about hope. So I want to explain to you a bit more about hope. So I want to read for you what the definition of hope is. The definition of hope is to cherish a desire with anticipation to want something to happen or to be true. And why I think hope is so powerful, going back to what I said in the beginning, is that I think if you can't visualize what it is that you want to try and achieve. So for me, what is it that I want to try and achieve? I want to be able to go back to the UK and find the type of videos that I want to make where it really resonates and impacts with the viewers. And I tell you something very bizarre. When I started doing the long form videos, and I realized that I was looking in the wrong place with the analytics, and then I found out that actually a lot of my videos, which were like over 10 minutes long, I mean, going on to like 15 minutes and 20 minutes, they were my best performing videos. So I tell you something very interesting about the YouTube algorithm. If you make a video around 1 minute long or just under 2.5 minutes, it's a different type of viewer which gets shown this particular video. And it's very different to, I would say, it's like the 4 minute to around 10 minute bucket. I haven't done enough data, or like how I would say like the 30 minute to one hour video. But I feel that now, and this has been after 1 year, and it's not been 1 year of me constantly making videos. I literally made about 10 videos, which was around 30 minutes long. And then I gave up. And the reason why I gave up was because I was looking in the wrong place. And I tell you something very ironic. I realized that people which were seeing my video on TV were actually watching these type of videos for a long time, for around 10 minutes or so. Then I realized that there's actually a market for people which just want to see, how would I say, the slow style videos. So this means like things which are not hyper edited, things which looks like, okay, he's in your bedroom or like third person perspective and just talking right next to you, and he's just having a conversation. So this has led me to realizing that this has been one of my core strengths all my life. And all of my life, I have been a good conversationalist, as in, you could put me in a random place with literally anyone, and I would say that I would be able to have a conversation with them for 1 hour, just because that's the sort of person I am. As in, if that person did not talk, I would start talking, and I would randomly just fire off like in different subjects or different topics. So my real life habits were literally should have been the same approach that I did to YouTube long form. And the problem was, my first couple of videos, I never really analyzed and realized, okay, people were actually watching these videos for a long time. And I didn't realize that, okay, long form videos don't operate like shorts, as in, my impression when I was doing long form was, okay, if I did a video and then it didn't blow up or it didn't viral, it was no good. That's not the way long form works. So it was really a different kind of learning curve for me. And my meaning and what it is that I want to get back to on this is that sometimes I found in life that there was two things which mainly got me through, or allowed me to break through and be able to accomplish things. So if you ask me, I've been doing social media now for around 7 years. And I literally have got like over 1 billion views on shorts. This is on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube shorts. And all of this has been from carefully studying data, as well as understanding, okay, these are the type of videos which are interesting, or what my audience wants. And then my growth in long form videos now has been slower because I actually only really started paying solid attention to it, I would say, in the last 2 months. And literally in the last 2 weeks, the missing part of data for me was that I wasn't actually breaking down my data into correct chunks. So, what I mean by that is that when I looked at certain videos and saw that, oh my God, if I remove the related shorts from this video, if I just look at the TV segment, I realized that most of my videos on long form, which was doing extremely well, was just built for lean back TV, I would say conversational watching. So it wasn't, it was like really, I would say like mind blowing for me. I was thinking, oh my God. So there's me all this time. And literally the first two videos that I ever did on long form were really the perfect type of videos I did. So what were the first two videos? The first video I did was like a cozy unboxing, $100 worth of Pop Mart. And then it was just literally, I put the camera down, I turned on record, and I just recorded for 30 minutes, me unboxing and talking about Pop Mart. And that video, and a second video very similar to that, was the highest average view duration that I had ever in all of the videos that I did in a year. And admittingly, I wasn't very persistent. So that was the missing thing. I didn't persist long enough to see the data. And when I pivoted, I was looking at wrong sets of data. So what I mean by that is that recently I pivoted into slow English, but then I saw the same parallel. I saw that when people were actually watching my slow English on big TV screens, I was just getting a high amount of view duration. So what did that mean? It meant that all of my tests that I was doing, like 1 to 2 minutes long, was just obsolete. And what I mean by obsolete was that it was hitting a different type of audience on long form. And people on long form for 1 to 2.5 minute videos aren't the type which watch like 4 minutes or 10 to 20 minutes or 30-minute videos. And then I realized that most of the success I had was the people which just wanted to play a video, leave it in the background or watch it on the TV and just listen to me and just listen without breaks or without hard cuts and just have that natural flowing, how would I say, like personality that I'm there in the living room with them. And I was amazed. So, yeah. So there you go. So don't give up hope. Remember, persistence is a big part. And realize that even when there is a big change or something which is happening in your life, you can always look at the glass half full or the glass half empty. And I'm sorry this video just seems to be jumping back and forth, but I just wanted to try out this video and just see how it does. And if you guys like it, I will make more of me just talking what's in my mind. And if you like what's in my mind and you just want to listen to me for 20 to 30 minutes or in the future like 1 hour, then just let me know. But yeah, thank you.